You guys, today I'll be doing, well, hopefully a complete guide of Pixel Blade, because as we know, an update is coming out very soon. So let me just, if there's any new players that actually want to join this very, nice game, I suppose. So first, let's talk about swords. So when you start off, they'll give you this wooden sword, but as you progress, as you can see, slowly there'll be different tiers of swords. And then you finally get to the good ones, which is legendary or epic. And of course, you see these V. V stands for vaulted. So vaulteds always only come from events, so they are limited time only. But I hope that they actually bring vaulted weapons back. So as you can see, it starts from common, uh, common, rare, and epic, legendary, and the highest rarity is vaulted. And remember, they can only be obtained through events. It cannot be normally obtained in the game where you would usually get. So how would you obtain these items or swords? It's through chests. So different islands have different items that you can get. So this is after complete the first one. So this sandy chest, right, you can actually view drops. And then if you scroll down, then you can see these are the only legendaries you can get. And then see, depending on whichever, see there's much more here, and it's tier 2. So there's up to 3 tiers of chests. There's tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. Of course, tier 3 being the best, because there's more things that you can unlock. So let me just open a chest for you. Okay, so you can open a single or you can open 3. So first, they give you some coins. Coins are actually a very important resource, as well, it's hard to come by. And as you can see, the star represents the world. So when you get, it represents the island. So the better the island is, the more stars you get. Sadly, I did not get any legendaries, but when I get a legendary, there'll be a special animation that appears. But it's quite minimal. Don't be too harsh on the developers. It's a very simple yet exciting one. So now we'll be talking about armors. And you see there's also, there's fewer armors now, compared to swords at least. But now armors have abilities, which actually came in the recent update. Only legendaries have them, I believe. Yeah, so as you can see, it's called Elden Wind. Okay, how skills are unlocked, or the unique skills for armor or swords, it only happens at level 2. So when it's at level 2, you unlock the ability. And of course, you get as you get more copies, it'll be better health increase. The only thing you get from armor is speed, energy, and health. There is no defense in this game. If you want to get defense, I think it's a trait that you can get. And as you can see, vaulted weapons have 2 special abilities. And the max level is level 6 actually. So I actually managed to max it out during the event. So let me just quickly show you one, or like where you'll be starting out, which is the boot camp. I won't be showing you that because the gameplay is relatively simple, but I will be showing you the first one. Can treat it as a demo for the first vaulted sword. Also, sometimes I think there's a glitch where it doesn't fully load in and you're actually stuck on this screen. So do not worry, just leave and just reset. So there's actually shift lock. Can jump to dash. So this is my abilities. Sorry, I turned off my settings. Okay. So you can see that you can get 3 traits per level. You can see this actually, this is where your XP bar is. This is your bag, so you can actually see what items you get. Wait, let me just pick one. So I'll just pick spirit capacity. I'll explain that to you later. Okay, so what exactly is spirits? This is a spirit, as you can see on my back. This is a spirit. So what a spirit does is it gives you faster movement speed. You can say that I'm walking faster. Yeah. So one, it gives you faster speed, so I'm actually walking faster. Let me just quickly kill them and hopefully gain the level. So there's two ways that you can prevent yourself from getting hit. So okay, wait, let me just explain this to you first. Let me get lifesteal. Lifesteal is basically lifesteal lah, because when you kill an enemy, as you saw just now, there's a chance that it drops a spirit. So when I absorb when I pick up a spirit, it will give me life. So technically, I would say that it's lifesteal. So spirits, as you saw and in the first one, that there's a chance for you to get spirit damage. Spirit damage means that however many spirits you have, that means how many additional buffs you will have. So let me see if I can get the trait. As you can tell, volatile weapons are very OP, especially in the first world. So yeah. And also you can't even get this one anymore, it's limited. Okay, before I explain recovery, which is one of the best skills in my opinion, or traits, let me pick rage spirits first. So once I pick rage spirits, as you can see, the spirits of my orb is channeling power through me. So this is actually giving me a buff. Yeah, see now, you see those yellow numbers? Those yellow numbers represents the spirit damage. Yeah, so let me just quickly speed run the boss. This is one of the hardest bosses in the game actually. I'm just very good. Okay, so let me explain the boss's spirit. As you can see, when the boss is killed, it guarantees that it drops a spirit. As you can tell, the spirit is much larger than other spirits. So this is called a boss spirit. I mean, technically give you whatever name helps you remember the best. But this boss spirit actually gives a significant higher speed and buff. Sorry, speed and damage buff. Yeah. Okay, so I just picked elemental circle. So this circle, right, when enemies stand in it, it will do elemental damage. It could be any elemental damage you might. Sure. Yeah, see that? That's random. Okay, I think it's always poison. Okay, it's always poison. So you can actually parry this game. Parry is one of the best mechanics because not only will you stun, you also get a damage increase for a certain amount of period. Okay, so this is Thorns. I'm just pretty self-explanatory. I'll just get more spray capacity. Having more speeds means more damage. Let's see if I can parry this. I failed to. My sprays do too much damage already. I mean the range at least. So you want to be careful of these zombies, especially the cannon mortar, because they are ranged. And if you cannot, okay, what I suggest you do at start is you actually go for these people at the back first, because they actually deal the most amount of damage, especially now that they have homing. So you want to be careful of that. Okay, so poison damage. So how this poison element works, right, is it applies it to your blade and nothing else. So when I do this, right, you see that there was a time where there's purple numbers. Okay, maybe only the boss I can show you because they really low HP. I'm only doing the first one because it'd be easier to do. Oh, I remember you can dodge using your roll. I think I'm not gonna spoil the content and let y'all figure out how to kill those bosses by yourself. But if you do need any help, I can always create another guide for boss killing. So let me see if I can hit him. Yeah, you see those purple numbers up there? That is from the poison effect. As you saw there, I actually dropped the chest. The other, I think the first boss also dropped chest. So I'm just gonna continue getting lifesteal because it's still good. And these campfires, right? When you stand on there, you see those health particles. Yeah, you actually get a HP increase. I mean, no, you just regen back your HP. Depending on the modes, which is normal, heroic, and nightmare. So, well, I'm playing normal now, so I'm just one-shotting everything. Be careful of bots, by the way. Those things, I will show you what they do in a minute. But, okay, recovery. So, reduce ability cooldown. So, when you get to the higher tiers, right, you'll be spamming your ability a lot. So you can see the cooldown now is, I think, like 14-15 seconds. So you might want to be wary of that. But when you get it to max, which is recovery 4, it reduces the cooldown until like 5 seconds. So you are able to spam your abilities very quickly. Okay, so you see these purple enemies in front? These are called bolts. Why they do so much damage is they're kind of unpredictable. I see. They do a lot of damage too. I'm just wearing very good armor. So the campfire actually works differently on different modes. So this is normal, right? Normal, the campfire regens your HP to the max no matter what. And heroic actually nerfs it. They reduce one campfire at the end or somewhere, I believe. Actually, I can't remember for that. But I remember nightmare is that you can own the campfires regen you a certain amount of HP. I think it's proportional to the max HP that you have. So I can. Okay, so what's the best treats that you should get? Honestly, it's up to your choice, but if you want to speed run this dungeon, it will be, well, recovery, stamina. I don't think I can show you that skill because, well, I'm already at the boss. So that there'll always be a button before you enter the boss. And of course, all bosses have a cutscene actually. So yeah, you can see you get a lot of items, especially a royal chest. So I can actually replay or leave. So, well, now I'll choose leave, of course. So at the end, they actually show you what you got, number of items, XP, and, well, chest, of course. Okay, so this is the shop. Honestly, there's a high chance, I would say, because a legendary item appears here. So when you're starting, please check your shop first. Then, if it's a legendary, usually it's good. Well, if you want to buy this, it's good because you guarantee 3 legendary chests. You can also buy chests, I believe. You get a group chest every day if you, well, join a group. Honestly, these group chests is the only good thing that comes from it is actually the money, at least, because money is actually hard to come by. I have to save a lot just to be able to upgrade and stuff. So let me tell you the legendaries that are actually good. So starting from the first world, this is one of the best because, well, it changes. Which I can show you. Do a quick demo actually. So there's a kuna at the bottom right. There's a party invite, so you can just invite. So when I use my ability, right, there's a chain lightning. So it's pretty good for, or pretty easy for clearing dungeons. This is one of the worst legendary swords. I'm not even gonna entertain showing you because it's honestly not worth it. This is also another good one. But the thing is, it used to be good. Well, at the early game, before the many bug fixes and updates. So what it actually does, it summons Solar and it attacks anyone. Honestly, the damage is good. I mean, of course, it's level 4, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so this is what I call the Kizaru. If you watch One Piece, you'll actually be able to know what I mean. But the cooldown is quite long, so let's give it a second. So this is what it does. Okay, I am lagging. Why am I lagging? Or why am I lagging? So maybe it's just a glitch or something. Let's try again. Okay, there you go. It connects to 4 people and it does, I think it's a burst of 3 or 4. I cannot remember. Let me see. I don't think it does. I think it's like 3 or 4. Okay. So honestly, this is the first world. So these 3 legendaries, these 2 are the best. This is for boss killing. This is a single target. So if you have a duo, one will probably run an Imperialist and one will run a Solar. So one will kill the boss and easier, and one will clear the enemies easier. This is in the second world because of the stars. So this is the hand. Honestly, a very cool ability, but there's a better one that I'm gonna show you later. So this basically summons 3 phantoms to help you fight. But keep in mind that these allies actually decay over time, so it's kind of sad. So it's not that good. Okay, this is Dragonheart. Honestly, I feel that this is underrated, but to be fair, it's actually kind of bad also because you have to stand quite close to your enemies to be able to, well, deal good damage. I would say that this is a good weapon for boss killing, but the risk of dying is quite high actually. Yeah, see, I summon a pool and it's like around me. So you can see it stacks out a lot of damage. Up to, let's see, 500? Basically 500. Okay. But I think I talked too much already. I should probably talk about those ones that you have actually be finding. So this will be the Forged Steel. Well, they say that the Ninja Blade is the best. Epic for the first world because, well, you won't unlock a legendary so soon unless you're super lucky. If I'm correct, it just does a dash. Yeah. And honestly, it did pretty good damage because, well, I think it's leveled up good. But anyways, it's one of the best in my opinion. So you want to target this Ninja Blade first. And then hopefully you get one of these two instead of losing to this. That's really trash. So let's not go for it. Okay, now I'll be talking about potions. And you can see whenever I enter a combat zone, these are potions. Let me just quickly show you where to buy them. Also, you have to be a certain level. Yeah, level 5 to unlock potions. Honestly, potions are just a skill issue. If you need to use them, it's just a skill issue. But, well, no harm in using it if you want, I guess. Okay, so these godly potions, I own a lot because, well, I log in every day. They have a login bonus where you actually, every time you log in, there's a, I think you should be able to see when you log in, that when you'll be able to unlock these godly potions. So you can, there's no point buying because the game actually gives you a lot, especially with the codes also. So if you want HP, buy these health flasks. If not, well, get whichever you want. Dragon for damage and speed. Energy, HP and energy of course. Energy is quite easy to recover if you get the stamina trait. The stamina trait basically increases your bar. As you can see, I'm spamming. This thing is going down. So what the stamina trait will do will help increase the max bar and it also increase the rate that you regens. So honestly, quite good, especially when you combine it with your skills. Your skills actually use up the stamina, as you can see. Yeah, quite a lot. And this is only an epic skill. My vaulted skill takes a lot of stamina to use. That's why having it is pretty, well, necessary. Okay, the next thing we'll be covering is, well, armor. I actually forgot to show. So the first two legendary armors are Elden and Onyx. Onyx is better because it has more HP than Elden, but Elden is good for speed running dungeons. So once you have like an Imperialist to clear out the dungeons very quickly in the first world, what you'll be doing is grinding chests to level out these armors. But actually now the best strat is to quickly progress to the last island so that you actually be able to unlock these better ones. So I think right now the best one is Crystal because of the HP. I don't think we care. So yeah, the energy, no, the speed is the same. The energy is, yeah, energy is also better. But actually using this vaulted one, it's, well, significantly better. So the Elden Armor, you actually get a passive. You don't get ability, I'm sorry. So this passive, right, well, pretty good because, as it says, dashes 20% further and an extra dash. So usually you can dash up to 3 times until you have to reset for cooldown. So this gives you 4 dashes. That means 4 chances to evade your enemies or dodge. So when you dodge, right, it will appear on the enemy and like exclamation that says dodge. So that's how you know that you escaped hit. For Onyx, I think it's a damage reduction. No, you get a shield. So when you're early game and you get the Onyx armor, it's good. But I think it's a bit slower. Yeah, the speed is higher. So eventually you're gonna progress to Elden. But people say that Onyx is still better just because it has a high HP. And because you're unfamiliar to the game yet, so it's to help with your skill issue, I guess. So the chat, well, you can see that everyone's just asking Grasslands Nightmare. So as you can, if you remember correctly, there's normal, heroic, and nightmare. Nightmare being the hardest. You can't even go to nightmare straight away. You actually have to complete heroic first, then you can unlock nightmare. So this question mark for the chest, right? This will actually show the world drops. Yeah. So the update is coming out very soon. I think it's the new, no. I think I'll talk about this in another clip or something. Yeah, and the new island is coming out soon. So yeah. There's codes that really help you, well, especially for the luck potions at least. I mean, not luck potions. The godly potions at least. So, well, please check out the Discord. Okay, I think I'll be ending the guide here. Good luck, have fun with the update. Well, grind before the update comes out at least. There's probably gonna be new codes also. So just enjoy the game. Remember to like and subscribe if this helped, okay?